Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, I'll be giving a walkthrough of how to beat Terrormaton on Inferno. And sometimes it's going to be a little difficult on how it is displayed, mainly simply because of how, let's see, we'll just do a regular challenge. But it's kind of tough to see how it goes normally, simply from the fact that not everybody has the same characters or the same builds and everything. Is mainly what you want to try to like aim for as far as a perfect run. So we'll go ahead and slow it down for video purposes. All right, and we'll go ahead and leave it on auto because they do follow the same thing through the continuous battle, and it will also give me, we might want to speed this up, get us a 2 times here. So you want to direct all your attention on that right arm. That right arm is like the culprit behind everything. I'm telling you, focus your life on that right arm. Reason why is because that right arm is what does the heal block and applies the heal block. You want to make sure you take that out, and you want to also, you know, not everybody has a Lily, but if you do have either Lily or Fushu, you can speed up your units to where you can be able to get all your attacks off. And this is where that's about to get reflected on why you want to take out that heal blocker. So boom, heal blocker arm is down. A lot of people are able to focus on straight for Terrormaton. If you have it's like a DPS check, you know, I never did the DPS check to make sure I could just directly take out Terrormaton, mainly because it kind of concerns me that sometimes my units they get a little clapped sometimes, and they get their butts whooped trying to do that. But the importance of Holden applies the debuff down, of defense down. You want that to happen. You want that to happen. You need that to happen all the time to keep the defense down, to where you can keep on hammering down with your DPS. Your DPS needs that defense down to run the clock down on Terrormaton. It makes it so much easier. And you want to also have decent shells on all your units as well. On 4 of my units, I run Artisan. You can opt to change out and keep only 2 Artisans. Only 2 Artisans are necessary. You can run Gigabyte. But what's really important is you have to have 2 Artisans at least. You want to make sure you rotate and keep all your stuff alive during that time. You want to make sure that you can keep running and pushing, and make sure that you don't have enough sustain to keep the fight going, because Terrormaton can easily take care of anybody in here. Now we can change this out. We can change one person out if nobody, or if a few people, and I say when I'm referencing that, I'm meaning if those who did not summon for Yelli, most people do have Didding. Didding is still really good DPS to have. You want to be able to roll with it. You know, you want to have that going, right? So let's check it out. It's a little bit different with Didding, because Didding sometimes Didding does not reach the peak of where he needs to hit, right? It happens. But you'll have your normal strippers. You'll have everything possible. And this is just me showing that there is a free-to-play route. And I say free-to-play route. Some people don't have Didding. I've noticed that some people just don't even have Didding when it comes down to this. And that is discouraging. I'll tell you that much. It makes you wonder how people's RNG pans out in this game. But I mean, it's still okay. The only problem is you won't always have the defense down. You got to make sure your defense down is around, and you got to make sure Didding is cooking. You want to make sure Didding is cooking. So our Didding cooked just right there. He made sure that he took out that right arm. So now we don't have to worry about the defense block. Now we can focus all of our life on Terrormaton, and that is what you want to aim for. And we just gotta make sure Didding does not get like clapped, because Didding, he goes through it sometimes. So turn meter push might not happen. That always, for some odd reason, occurs. But we will have the help from all of our units. All of our units will apply some really hefty, like some good pushback. And that's what we want. We want some good pushback. We want them to be able to handle business. And Didding is able to go ahead and hit again. You want to build a team that's going to apply a good way. And then, of course, Freya went down, which means he's going to be able to attack again. And this is sometimes a team goes down around this point. And this is, of course, I will go ahead and say, this is just me showing what happens when you just change one person. Yelli applies the debuff down. I mean, the defense down as well every time she attacks. So as you can tell, that didn't work out, mainly simply because of a debuff and a couple situations of that. And sometimes it gets so hectic when it comes down to this. Let's see. Let's change one other person, and then I'll go back over the regular team and everything they use, and it can be replicated and used. And see, like, this can be changed out. I think all my pieces are semi good. It could be, I mean, any build can be any like even better, but you want to make sure you have, you have like a good options. We can also put her in and like make it to where we have a better rotation, because we have more artisans. We're gonna try applying a defense down more often. I feel like that's the determinant of a lot of what's going on for this crew. This crew needs to apply a lot more pressure, and that's the issue with Terrormaton. You have to apply pressure. As you can tell, that did not do anything at all, and it gets tough. It gets tough. So we gotta hope he lands. Gotta hope he lands the strip, which he did. And we're gonna have Didding apply his. See, you don't want Didding to get hit like that. You don't, because it can get bad. Oh, and see, and that turn meter move didn't go so well, and then Didding is going to get taken out right there. It's almost imperative to keep somebody that's going to pretty much keep your team alive. And what I was missing here, I'll just go ahead and be honest, y'all. We were missing another artisan. We were missing another artisan, and you want to make sure that you keep as consistent of runs as possible when you're using your lineup. So let's go back, and we're like not actually going to challenge it. Just want to go through the breakdown of each team on the roster, each team member on the roster. So in the team lineup, we do use Mr. Holden here. I really wish I didn't go that far on his skills. I wish I didn't do that. He does not need all these lattices at all. He didn't need that. Anyways, I do have him on this. A lot of people have said to put him to be faster. I'm working on that, but the Bramble set is a must. And this could be Swift Rush. Just a heads up, change to those just so you can be faster. And of course, give this man some more effect accuracy. There's a lot that can change here. And Colossus Guard. You want Colossus Guard. I wish there was a better way for me to change him without changing him too much. If you get what I mean. You want to give him some good effect accuracy. You probably can run away from using defense bonus, but you want to give him crit rate, and you want to give him the chance to hit back. So you want to give him as much opportunity to strike back and do his to place his debuff, because on his punishment he has a 15% chance to inflict a 1-turn defense down. You want to be able to apply that as much as possible to allow your DPS to be able to, to put some work in. Pretty much is all you're doing. And a lot of people also use Chloros here, which is really good. I don't have Chloros built up. And of course, the one that everybody is like mad at, it's sad. It is what it is. And here's Lily. Lily is doing what Lily normally does. I really want to go up to at least here, or like maybe here. I want to do these 3. I don't know why, but yeah, her gear, you want her in Swift Rush. You want little Lily to be fast. You want her to be fast. I do have her on a survivability set. You want to give her some speed. You want her to be fast. You just want her to move. Okay. That's all I can really say. You want this girl to move. And with that, of course, Artisan, you want to make him move. And you want to give him the defense needed for his damage cap. Now, Valyrian is super important. She is the cheat death mechanic girl herself. I want to do this. I want to fix this up. I feel like there's so much more to her. That's not poor baby just needs some help, right? But you want to put her with as much health as possible. So I have her with the Wellspring. I'm pretty sure that's enough. I swapped her to this. Valyrian on this is really good. Really good. I have her with the Ether Plague for the HP 25%, and I was able to put one that has that because I lost my bonus for not having the other Wellspring piece. I could probably take off this and go find one now. At this point, I did some forming over 2 times event, but you want her to have her in that. And all this doesn't matter. You want healing done, that's always great. And increase the HP up. You want those passes, and that doesn't matter. I don't remember who the hell I even had that on. I think I just chose it because it was red. Oh no, constancy. I forgot she is a constant character. And then Yelli, Yelli's just god tier, y'all. And I wish this thing would stop doing that. Okay, so Yelli, you want to max out as much as possible. I do have skill 1 maxed out. Skill 2 and skill 3 are the only things that are necessary to max out. You can get away with just maxing out skill 2. Skill 2 is her passive. Makes her to where she can do her follow-up attacks. And the percentage is at a fixed rate. And it helps out. Defense down. This is important. She cleanses herself and applies crit rate up for 2 turns. Important, very important, and inflicts defense down. There's a lot of defense down going on here. Make sure your defense down is always on the up and up, because you want to be able to apply that pressure. I use Onslaught Fury because this team does not apply enough debuffs, or they apply the same debuffs so they don't stack enough to where Momentum Fury would be what I use. So Onslaught Fury, Swift Ray. I want Onslaught, to be honest, I want Onslaught Fury, Fury Edge to be able to push that crit rate and crit damage up just a little bit. But that's fine. I can't be mad at that. It is good for what I needed to be, and it gives her that extra bit of speed. So she's not really that fast, but she moves, right? And then we have Freya. Freya, you want her fast, but you want her on artisan. I have her on artisan for a reason. The artisan helps out, makes her to where she can do stuff. But you want her fast. Artisan allows her to be a little bit more defensive and gives her that survivability. And of course, I have her moving fast, and I gave her some defense to where artisan will work properly. You know, that's really important. You want to have that kind of thing going on for Freya. Freya's like is God tier, in my opinion. You want her to be able to do what she does. And of course, to go back and cover Valyrian. Valyrian is so good because she gives that random buff to everybody. So everybody's getting a little buff, getting a little extra oomph, a little help to be able to do what they need to do. So it is very imperative to me that Valyrian is used. I know that for free-to-play players who are not spending a dime, you may not have her, simply because sometimes you're not lucky on the draw and the summon session probably isn't where you needed to be, right? So really good here is you can substitute that out. And I mean, if you spend simply $1, you're able to get Valyrian because she's a first time buy bonus and she only needs her skill 3 maxed out. Very, very good unit. She's used in almost all the content I currently play in, and especially she's used for almost every Inferno run I run, and all, like, even Ethernet Rally, all the events. She's using everything. Like, she pretty much carries me. She's a hard carry, and this is my lineup as far as this goes. Let me return that back to ×3 for when I go back and do my farming at another time. But yeah, that is the team. I enjoy using that team. It's great when you craft a really good team and they're able to like really push for the wins, and that it feels so great when you come back, especially when you're a continuous battle and you see your percentage is up. It's on the up and up. So it's great. I enjoy it. I'm not going to hold y'all for too much longer. Thank y'all all for tuning in and checking out this instruction video, pretty much, or this video on my team, my clear team. Another thing that's important to do, go check recent clears. Go check it out. Try to bypass the dot teams. Dot teams are kind of scary. As you can tell, see the people are using Kachi the guard, Doki Doki, and Fushu, and of course Didding. People are putting out that work with him. Didding on this set is really good. Keen's Eye is really good for him to pump out more damage, and you just go watch their clears, study the teams, and see if it works for you. It's really, you got to see what works for you, what your account has. Of course, everything's subjective. Not everybody has the same roles, but for the most part, all we can do as content creators is put out content or videos of characters to use, and you can always work around it by making a couple different edits to the team, change the build around to where your team works, because not everybody's account is at the same location to be able to just boom, jump in and use. So thank y'all all for tuning in, and y'all have a blessed one. Y'all have a great day, and keep the grind up. And on the next video, we will probably cover another Inferno video, just so I can be able to elaborate more on Inferno clears, who to use, and who to push from there. And that is all. Thank y'all so much. Peace.